So, how many mulais can you fit in the back of this Ford Ranger Wildtrak 2016? Just look at that roll cover. Doesn't it give you that feel of a garage door as well as the security? I'm Mulai Murni and welcome to My Moti Car Show, where we review the hottest rides, not forgetting functionality and affordability. So what type of person would be driving this car? This ute is good for a person who is, semi-blue collar type of person. So you're an architect but unawaka kwa site ya mjengo. Or you're a construction, let's say supervisor, etc. So you want to carry your cement in the back. You also want to make an office run and be on the way to Chalbi Desert in the evening. So best of both worlds. Did I mention that this roll cover shutter can be moved from different positions? For example, if I wanted semi, so I can have things under and have a different item of a different height as well. And I can roll it all the way back and have items that are super big. This also has a 12-volt utility cable. It also has all the extra space. I'll mention that this tailgate is not automatic. It actually weighs quite a lot. If you did this for gym, you'd have very, very good arms. Obviously, we have the Ford Ranger Wildtrak logo right here. We also have the reverse camera here. We also have the tow bar, which is it's optional, which can tow about 3,500 kilograms. We also have another utility plug right there. This Ford Ranger Wildtrak makes me very, very sentimental about my childhood. When I was growing up, my parents owned a Subaru Leon. It was white in color and they used to remove the top cover. Obviously, it didn't have the roll cover. Such things didn't exist. It was a big thing. But my point is, I used to stand at the back of the car with my long braids blowing in the wind. Don't judge my parents, who are great parents. And thank you so much, Mom and Dad. I got to be the person that I am today because of you and those amazing experiences. So we're going to have a very unconventional review of this car. We started from the back, so let's go around the side. But before I forget, we have the parking sensors right there. Over here, all the way running at the back bumper, all the way through that curve. Obviously, we have the standard brake lights and the tires. You guys, I can fit my whole head in here. My whole head. These are, let's just check how many inch, 18-inch all-terrain tires. So basically, you can go to Timbuktu and back. We also have the mud guards right there. So the flaps really help make sure that the paint looks good. But this car has been made to be chafuad, honestly. This particular Pride Orange actually really suits the African continent in terms of the dust particles won't be very visible. It also blends in very well with mud. It makes it look good. We have a permanent side step right here, which is a plus because this is a very high car. It helps you get in and out. Obviously, we have the standard side blinker right there, and then we have the Wildtrak signature logo right there. We also have the breathers on the side. I love breathers because they make me feel like the car is alive. It makes it look like gills of a fish. It needs air to aspirate the fuel properly. Then we come down to the front of the car. Do I have a surprise for you guys? This is the Ford Ranger Wildtrak 2016. This car comes in 5 colors. This particular color is Pride Orange. It's honestly, it sticks out like a sore thumb, but isn't it lovely? It was one of a kind, and it's actually one of the best sellers in this range. But remember, you guys, no chrome, no chrome. I'll be honest, I thought that it would be disappointing, but still this has a masculine vibe. It looks really nice, it's well balanced, and truth be told, this is actually quite nice. It is actually very nice without the chrome. I thought chrome makes a car look expensive. Well, I'm wrong. Clearly, this still looks very nice. This is a very large SUV. The Ford was designed and tested in Australia in the land of Vegemite and kangaroos. So it is basically an all-terrain car, which makes it very impressive because it's very large. It has that luxurious feel, but it's still a ute car. So when I say ute, what do I mean by a ute, you guys? I'm not talking about ghetto ute. I'm not talking about I don't know what you think I'm saying, but let me school you for a second. Ute means utility, meaning pickup, you guys. I'm slowly changing you from the Mutus to the Warus. No, from the Warus to the Mutus. I don't want you to become a Watu, eh? Only on my Moti Car Show, where we review the flyest rides, not forgetting functionality, affordability, and definitions and vocabulary, you guys. Download the P Car Wash app today. P Car Wash is an online service that connects the car wash to you. We offer flexibility and convenience to our customers at the click of a button. Give your car the care it deserves with a professional and affordable cleaning service from P Car Wash. Don't lose out on valuable time. P Car Wash. Wash on a click. I like the footstep and also this hand assist to get into the car properly. Inside the Wildtrak, and let me just put the keys in. I like when the dash lights up and it makes me feel like I'm in a complete car. Just seen the Ford logo right there, but I think the first thing that jumps out at you is the orange black leather seats. So it's a mix of stitched leather and cloth with the Wildtrak logo on it, which looks very nice, as well as the dash, which is very nice, hand stitched with the orange strip running right through it, which looks very nice, very sophisticated. Surprisingly, I actually thought the orange would look very boorish or very aggressive, but it looks very nice, especially with the dark headliner here. And also the mix of black and the orange looks very classy. Most cars, the headliner is not dark. You'll have it in a like off-white or gray. So the dark headliner really fits well with the orange and black sequencing in the car. It looks very nice. We also have the Wildtrak mats. It just makes you feel like you've gotten a one-in-a-kind ute for your car. There's just something I wanted to point out. Can you hear the beeping for this car? It's a bit different. It doesn't have that tee tee tee. Okay, it depends if it's annoying for you, but I kind of like it. It's unique. We have the 8-inch touch display here. How is it touch? But I'm feeling like the buttons are very small. I do have skinny fingers. Moving from one place to the other is a bit, challenging. Basically, I have my entertainment, my navigation, my phone, and on the other end, I'm able to see whether my passenger door is open. I'm also, it's giving me a reminder to make sure the my tire pressure is low. So this is very nice to see a utility vehicle having all these type of features, because we've come from the age where pickups used to just be, get in, drive, carry your really heavy items. So this gives it that luxurious SUV stroke utility vehicle type vibe. Let's just look back here. We have the center console, we have the AC. I know that both seats here are heated, but only in the front. This driver's seat has power seats. Only the driver's seats actually has power seats. So I can adjust it to my height, my specific liking as the driver. Also, something else to note, this particular car does not have memory seats, yeah? For other SUVs, that would be really a plus, but it's a Ute, yeah? So it's not such a big deal. We also have the standard radio right there, but we also have 12-volt plugs. Here at the bottom, I have twin charging points. I have an SD card reader, an aux cable plug-in. Then here is where we have most of the things. It has a standard gauge shift. We also have the handbrake, which is like the traditional type of handbrake. It's not a foot handbrake, just here. We also have the twin cup holders. We have the uphill and downhill assist. We have the traction control. We also have the four-wheel drive levels. We have the 2H, which is 2H and the 4H and the 4L. So we have the low gears and the high gears, and also having the two-wheel in high gear. This also has a hill launch, meaning that it will give you the power to go uphill, the extra power that's needed to go uphill, which is really good, right? And also autonomous features. It has cruise control. It has our collision proximity alert. For example, if I were to put on the car and something is at the front right here, it would show me like a warning, and it would beep very loudly. I hope I'll be able to show you that. So let's just put it on real quick. Let's hear the sound of that engine. Sounds like joy, joy, joy. So generally, I think the noise level of this car is quite high, but I'll tell you what, I'm the most biased person to ask about the noise level of this car. Actually, my favorite sound in the world is when fuel is being aspirated into the engine. So I'm going to demonstrate the pre-collision alert, but I need to point out that this car does not have an automatic braking system. So it's almost as good as the Mercedes-Benz. So it's nice to see this in a Ute, but you'll see the pre-collision alert right there. So we're going towards this large tree. We're waiting for the collision proximity alert thing. So it shows 5. If I inch a bit closer, oh, actually, let me clarify this. It shows how near I am. So the closer I get, it counts from 6, 5, 4, like that, 3. Let's see if I can inch just a bit closer without actually hitting the car. It goes crazy, guys. So there. This car drives on 2 high. Generally, this is for in-town manenos and everything. I would take it to 4 high if I am going off-road, which indicates right here on the dash. 4H there, 4L there. This is when I want to go down to a crawl, yeah? Generally, if I am having very, very tough terrain. So I'm here to dispel every single myth that double cabs are squeezed at the back. This is very comfortable, guys. Don't argue that this is a height thing. It is comfortable. It's very nice. It has the SUV type of feel. Like, you know, for a Ute or a utility vehicle, this is very comfortable. In the back, I have no issues. Also adding to the type of space that it has, even in the side doors, I still have space here at the back of the driver's seat and the passenger seat in the front. I also have space to put in my items. I also have a 12-volt plug right there. This makes perfect sense. I can be at the office, make a quick office run, and then be on the road in Masai Mara in the evening. Carry my cement in the back, carry my family. So it's a good blend between both worlds. Let's open this car up. and have a look at what's inside. Right here, this is a 3.2 liter diesel 6-speed automatic 4-wheel drive car with a horsepower of 200 and a torque of 470 Newton meters, as well as kilowatts of 147 to 149. We have the heavy duty battery right there, but my biggest takeaway is the 800. This here is the technology behind the 800 millimeter water wade depth. So this allows this car to go through a pool of water, allowing it to remain on and function the way it's supposed to function. So this is a cakewalk for anything below 800 millimeters for this car. So, things that just make sense when it comes to the Ford Ranger Wildtrak 2016. 1. Its towing capabilities, 3,500 kgs. Can you picture that? 2. Its roll cover shutter. I can either have it all closed, semi-open, or just do away with it completely. That makes sense. 3. I like the fact that it has 12-volt utility plug in almost every section of the car, from the front to the back, the passenger back seats, and also at the back of the vehicle near the towing place. 3. The fact that this car has an 800 millimeter wade deck. So this means that it can wade through water and some places, honestly, that we short people cannot go through. This baby can do it in one easy drive-through. So that makes it amazing. Another thing that just makes sense is the super large glove compartment in the front. I can fit my laptop safely and securely in there. And the fifth thing is the fact that this car has a pre-collision alert. So it counts down from 6 to 4, depending on how close my proximity is to hitting something. So that is amazing. Because for a utility vehicle, it has all the semi-autonomous and autonomous features that you find in SUVs and also saloon passenger cars. So that makes it make sense. So we are out and about on Gong Road doing our test drive. This is ideally not the correct time. So you guys, I thought that I'd be able to do some off-roading. I might not. So we're just out and about. I'll be able to tell you already. I think the sound on this car is it's not that loud, surprisingly. It handles well. I love the pick of the car generally. I also have to tell you this. There's something that makes sense that I've just seen, yeah? On this end of the driver's seat, I have the central locking. But surprisingly, on the passenger side in the front, I also have a locking system as well. What I really don't like is I've been trying to adjust the mirror so that I'm able to see behind, guys. I think that the retractor is quite far away. I'm not able to see it or reach it. The adjustment of the side mirrors is a bit hard. I also kind of think that perhaps the roll cover in the back may limit the amount of items that I might be able to carry in there. Because remember, the retractor roll cover itself makes it, makes it smaller, makes the capacity of the boot space a bit smaller. It reduces. So maybe after all that, you'll have to get rid of the roll cover to fit more items in there. But I'll tell you this, I do like how this car feels. I feel like I'm in a Land Cruiser. Other cars that would basically be in comparison to this car would be the VW Amarok, the Isuzu D-Max, right? The Isuzu D-Max. We also have the Mercedes X. We also have the Navara. We also have which other car? Let's see which other double cab. How could I forget the Toyota Hilux? So when you compare these two cars, these many cars, those are other cars that could be in competition potentially with this car. The Wildtrak, honestly, is a car set apart for itself on its own. So it's the best of both worlds. What you'd have in a passenger vehicle versus what you'd have in a ute. I like it. Would I drive this? Definitely. And the asking price for this is 6 million Kenya shillings, which is not really bad. It makes sense because I can take this to the shamba, I can carry my cement, I can go to the office with this not looking bad. Don't I look great? You gotta love this bypass. It's so beautiful. It's very calming to be on. I like the fact that I'm able to switch up, because I know some pickup trucks, you find that they only ride in four-wheel drive full time. So that will put a hole in your pocket in terms of fuel and everything. But this definitely makes sense. We've gotten to the just so you know segment. I will repeat this. We're talking about ute. Ute meaning utility. That's just a short form slang for car vibes. But today I wanted to talk about aspiration, fuel aspiration. What do I mean by fuel aspiration? This particular Wildtrak, the fuel is aspirated naturally. This means that the fuel does not depend on external pressure to burn it or extra air being put into the engine. So it's just relies on the atmospheric pressure of the car. Because you see in the turbocharged and supercharged engines, we force feed extra air so that it can burn properly. So you see a supercharged engine continually burns in terms of the peak is higher, the extra kick in the car is faster. A big thank you to Fish Eagle Inn and Laikiana Resorts. They hosted me during the WRC and I absolutely loved Fish Eagle. And thank you so much for sponsoring this particular episode. So if you're looking for a staycation, a getaway, a road trip, guys, head down to Fish Eagle Inn. Na ukifika waitishe kukuchoma and the mbuzi. You guys, the food is finger licking good. So guys, I want to thank you for joining me on this particular episode of My Moti Car Show. I'm Mulai Mooney, your host. Thank you so much for continuing to support this particular content. If you haven't, man, subscribe, follow us on all our social media pages, which is My Moti Car Show. That's automatic, guys. Kungangana na hii baridi ya Nairobi. Make sure you subscribe to My Moti Car Show. Follow us on our social media handles. I will be keeping you warm with car content, vitu za gari, moto, car news, and everything about cars, because we love cars here on My Moti Car Show. Nawapenda tu bure. Out. See you next time.